Well, joining me now is lawyer and commentator Caroline De Russo and Director of Communications at the Institute of Public Affairs, Evan Mulholland. Evan, why don't we start with you? Do you think it's racist that the media has focused a lot on Ukraine?
Reid's comments are typical of the modern left, pitting people against each other based on race. But we're seeing the tragic war in Ukraine take away from a lot of distractions that the left are usually obsessed with, a lot of the identity politics. So Reid, it's race, and bring it back to race. You've got John Kerry out there saying this shouldn't just distract from climate change. And you've got people on the ABC saying it's going to make COVID worse. So we're seeing people trying to get in the normal distractions that's been obsessing them the past 2 years into this conflict and make it about their own obsessions instead of the humanitarian tragedy we're seeing on the ground. So I think these kind of comments are just petty and people will see right through them and the media games they're playing.
Caroline, look, I don't understand why they actually keep her on air. I'm not calling for her to be taken off. But the significance of what's happening in Ukraine cannot be underestimated. They're irresponsible comments, aren't they, by Joy Reid?
They are irresponsible, but it's best that they are on national television so that we can all see what that very progressive side of politics actually thinks about human suffering and, all the compassion that they always bang on about. Now that there's the opportunity for them to actually exercise that compassion, and they don't think that the people who are suffering are worthy of it. I mean, it really is quite extraordinary. But like Evan said, it's actually totally on brand.
Yeah, that's a very good point, and it just really shows that there is this subsection of the community out there, Evan, who they put their ideological trappings before journalism, but then they still call themselves journalists.
Too right, and you have to look at the floods this week, then bringing in climate change and things internationally, especially in Ukraine, trying to bring their own ideological pet peeves into the conversation, make it about the media, always making the media and the media commentary the conversation, like we saw with The Guardian last week, disgracefully attacking News Corp journalists. We see it over and over again. Instead of actually reporting on the stories on the ground, whether it be the floods, whether it be Ukraine, they're making the conversation about themselves.